My name is Wayne Thalasinos, TMCMSS, Torpedoman Master Chief. Sent me to the Entemedor, which was the SS 340, and I served on Entemedor for 5 years. Entemedor was the same diesel submarine, and at that time I made first class torpedoman. I was in charge of the fore torpedo room and topside, I believe. She was a very good submarine, close crew, and we went many places on her and did things that a diesel submarine did at the time. But it was a good boat to serve on. Like I said, it was a good boat. On any submarine you have different things, like on Bang, we bounced off the bottom and ripped off $250,000 sound head. On each submarine you had things that you did, as I just described for Tusk. You had the carrier collision and bounced off the bottom on that sub as well. And then, like I say, I ended up on Entemedor. It was a long time and kind of abnormal. Usually you don't stay that long. But like I said, it was a very good boat, and the crew was changing all the time. And it just worked out. I didn't plan it. It just worked out. And like I said, it was a very good boat. And ironically, it's one of the few submarines that I've been on that does not have a submarine reunion, as most boats do. It was one of the best boats that I'd been on. That's why I stayed that long. From Entemedor, I had, up to that time in the Navy, been single. So I had 10 years in the Navy. I was single, qualified in submarines in the first class, and went to my hometown. I had taken out my wife for many years. When I'd go home for deer hunting, we'd go out at least once a year. But then we got serious and we got married, and I immediately put in for shore duty because I was a newlywed, and fortunately got shore duty in New Hampshire, our home state, and went to, well, it was Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Kittery, Maine. Naval Shipyard had a diesel submarine there called the Crevalle. Didn't go to sea, trained reserves. So we tied up there, and reserves would come on weekends. I had the training administrator job where I was responsible for everyone's advancement, everyone's course books, anything you had to do to advance. And then Crevalle was replaced by Croca, and same thing, it was training reserves. Well, the reservists, as I say, I had the training administrator job, which was not bragging, but was mostly one of their most important jobs. You were helping all these people advance to whatever their abilities were. And the reserves had a CO, reserve CO, reserve XO, reserve chief of the boat, reserve everything, all the way around, just like we would have in the regular Navy. However, they only trained on weekends, and then they had 2 weeks a year where they went to sea, and we trained them then. So it was an important job because reserves naturally were used to the civilian routine, and the Navy reserve part was a different ballgame, but they took it very seriously, and I personally felt very good helping these men attain their goals and learn about how it was in the real Navy.